and stroll in gloomy nights and peer in cold and hollow eyes. You've run across a wooden doll carved by the aged man. If you batter at his door, say farewell to our world, for everyone who entered never walked back on the road from the aged man's abode.
Brother, walk blessed. How are things?
Ah, greetings. Okay, I suppose. This machine really is a science in itself.
How's that?
Well, let alone the metal, it seems to be some kind of conjunction of Pyrean crystals and shadow steel. We have gathered the best blacksmiths in the country, but recreating this stuff is incredibly complicated, and that's an understatement.
Huh. Why don't we just use normal metal instead?
That doesn't work. This framework, it doesn't just hold the core of the machine in place, it also conducts energy. It's hard to describe, really. If it helps you, imagine it as some kind of organism. Every element is part of the whole. At least, that's how Shao-Rim says it.
The entropist.
Yes, say what you want about him, but he does know what he's doing. Without him, we wouldn't be half as far by now.
Well, good to hear he's such a valuable addition. It's not as if he, the Pegist, or her grumpy old pal didn't help Aranthiel's son massacre our brothers and sisters on Nerim.
What are you getting at? It's the Grand Master's will. And if I have to choose between working with those heretics or the cleansing, I know my choice.
Yes, I know. It's just odd. This place is holy, and it wounds me to see those mages desecrated with every second word they say. Anyway, enough of the chit-chat. I have to get going. The novices are waiting for me.
Of course. May your path always be
Yes.
even, brother.
And yours.
The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
Hello. Yes? Don't ask. Reconstructing the outer shell was challenging, particularly given the strange metal it is made of, but we found a way to do it. As for its inner workings and what these sockets are for, we are still lurking in the dark. This machine, it's, how should I say, different, otherworldly. I do? Thought I had gotten rid of it by now. But yes, I'm originally from Nerim, just like you, as I've heard. Oh, I don't know. Probably because I don't have very fond memories of my time there. You know, if someone would have told you 20 years ago that one day I would be the Archmagister of the Holy Order, you'd have probably laughed in his face. It's absurd just to think of it. You know, I was a slave there. Yes, you see, I was born into a traveling group of Aeterna minstrels. I never got to know my father, though, and living that way was hard. So my mother eventually decided to burn all bridges behind us and start over. Sorry, I'm babbling. I don't want to bother you with my boring stories. Well, after some days on the road, we met a traveling merchant who gave us a ride to the next village, a small one named Sildren in the Salathan forest. It seemed almost perfect at the beginning. The place was quiet, and my mother found herself a job as a weaver in the local count's castle. One day, however, the count simply stopped paying her, and, well, when she asked for the reason, he told her that we were his property from that moment on, just like that. Why wouldn't it be? We were just a woman and a young son, and he owned both the land and the local guard. We had to serve this Creole, that was the Count's name, for 9 years. It was horrible. No. No one. We weren't the only slaves he kept, and the villagers were too afraid to do anything. As for Chancellor Baratheon's armies, well, I'd be surprised if they even knew Sildren existed. Pure luck, I suppose. One day, an Enderal merchant and his escort passed through the village. They were on their way to Wave Rock to catch a ship from there. And just by coincidence, he saw me crushing some herbs I had found in the forest. That's what I did in the little spare time I had, you know. The Salathan forest is so incredibly rich with plants you have no idea. What I didn't know was that I had found an entire sheaf of God's tongue. That impressed the merchant so much that he simply bought me. He left her there. Believe me, what he did had nothing to do with mercy. He just saw that there was money to be made off of me. I cried and protested, of course, but 2 months later, our ship arrived in Ark, where he got infected with flesh maggots and died shortly thereafter. Luckily enough, he was a sublime. And since his relatives didn't know what to do with me once he was dead, they simply asked the Order to grant me the novitiate, which they did. By the left path. Sounds crazy when I tell it like that, and it probably is. But back then, it just happened. I tried, but as you can imagine, my obligations made my options to do so very limited. Only recently, however, word reached me from a mercenary whom I sent over. According to him, Creo is dead, and his castle was deserted. But who knows if he just said that to appease me. I think when all of this is over, I might ask the Grandmaster for permission to travel there myself. And then, who knows? By the righteous path, now I really am babbling. I am sure a man like you has better things to do than listen to the stories of a boring old chronicler. I should probably get back to business. Forgive me.
Ah, hello, brother. Did you hear the news? This strange machine. The Grandmaster talked about it. The one in Old Dusselgrat. It was really there. The 2 new keepers found it.
The 2 new keepers? You mean Tyra's foster daughter and this outlander?
Sister Sakaresh and the Prophet, yes.
Huh. And is there a reason the Grandmaster sends 2 freshly consecrated onto such a mission instead of someone with a higher sigil?
Well, if you believe the talk, this Prophet can see things connected to the cycle. And apparently he knows how to fight like Loram Waterblade does, even though he had no formal training.
Yeah, right.
No, it is true. Sigil Bearer Bartar saw it himself. His aura has something odd, eclectic. I am sure a lot of his skills come from this aura, whatever it is.
If you say so. And Sakarish? Why her?
Well, apparently she really is talented. I suppose the Grandmaster sent her because she passed her trial together with the Outlander. It has a habit of bonding people, as you probably know.
True. Anyway, I'm sure Aranthiel knows what he's doing. At least I hope so.
He does. That man is a legend. He might have some odd views, but he is strong, and that is just what we need in times like these. Anyway, I don't want to take up more of your time. I'll see you at the sermon.
Let's talk elsewhere. We have a visitor. Ha! Impressive weapon you carry there. It must be ancient, am I right? Walk blessed. Oh, hello. You're the companion of that mercenary, aren't you? Dalveric, or whatever his name is. I don't want to be disrespectful, but our time's so bad that the Order needs to resort to hiring mercenaries. I just don't know.
I know, but still, it doesn't feel right. I just hope he knows what he's doing.
He does, believe me. Just look at him. The man is a hero. 20 years of imprisonment, and he hasn't lost a bit of his resolve.
Yes, you're right about that. But still, Oh, never mind. This is probably just me worrying too much, as always.
Possible. Just have a little faith, sister. Now more than ever, it's important that we stand strong. We have to stop the cycle, no matter the cost.
I know. Thank you for your kind words, brother. Walk blessed.
There you are. I've been looking for you for days. Do you remember me? You, helped me back in the ruin.
Noble citizens of
Shh, not here.
lick your lips
I
and untamed desire.
just came to thank you. Thanks to you, I was able to pay me debts, and both my family and the farm is safe once again. As you can imagine, I don't have any money to show you my gratitude,
Some chefs never.
but I thought that this might be useful to you. Take it. It's the least I can do.
And buy fish.
I should
Only
thank
the
you.
best and
Walk
fresh
blessed,
from the Red Sea.
and may your path always be even.
The crunchy pleasures. Crow in delight as your teeth sink into a golden brown loaf of our unrivaled fresh and tasty
I just
bread.
don't respect the elders anymore.
Monsieur? Well, this and that. Recently there was a hunter from up north who apparently found a crashed starship buried within the glacier. A massive one. But who knows what truth there is to this. Maybe the guy drank too much or just wanted attention.
Can I help you? News. Huh. I take it you've already noticed that weird machine the Grandmaster has built on the Eye of the Gods. Malphus forgive my words, but living legend or not, Aranthiel seems to have some unusual notions about leading this country. Well, there's always news. Word has it, the Grandmaster most recently consecrated an outlander and some pathless girl into the first sigil. He doesn't seem to be one for traditions, that's for sure.
Noble citizens of Ark.
Ho there. How are you holding up? Any news?
Nah, not really. That is, yes, I had to lock up that drunkard from the Nomad last night. You should have heard him. He was rambling on and on about how the aged man's manor apparently just vanished into thin air. Crazy, isn't it?
Aye, but I've heard the same thing. You know Lambert, that skinny pal from the Sun Coast? He was patrolling the steep cliffs last week, and it's true. The man is gone. Just like that.
Uh-huh. But that's strange. Let the Arcanist find out what's behind this. Keep your chin up, friend. I'll see you in the barracks.
Aye.